This is a 3-minute thesis. A 3-minute thesis is a way to explain the research that you're doing for a PhD for a general audience. When I say hard to reach groups or difficult to engage, you probably picture people who are often excluded from public life. Forget that. Less than 2% of the population of Wales ever get involved in public consultation, so that makes over 98% of the population hard to reach. Barod, a cooperative of people with and without learning disabilities, had some ideas why and what to do about it, but they didn't know how to develop the ideas. Enter KESS. I believe a well-chosen set of heads and experiences solves problems better than one person. Wales calls this co-production, although I prefer my supervisor's term co-realisation, making things real together. And this is the KESS recipe for research, and that's what persuaded me to do a PhD. Start with the European Social Fund and KESS, add a company partner, add supervisors, a student, get on with the research, and hope to end up with a thesis and happy KESS partners. We began with a collaborative autoethnography. In English, that means a group of us developed Barod's ideas by doing coffee shop conversations together, then reflecting individually before writing together. This research approach took us into some deep ethical waters, which my supervisors and I are currently charting. Next, we tested coffee shop conversations in real-life consultations, and in the process, we're proud to have ticked 4 of the 7 goals of the Future Generations Act. I'm now at the midpoint of the PhD. I'm doing the hard creative intellectual work. It's far more exhausting than things that look like work. If anyone's seen Sherlock, while I'm sat in the sun, I'm thinking mind palace. Because that's what I'm doing. I'm rearranging pieces, feeling for connections, developing ideas. Part of that work involves finding ways to communicate ideas that don't rely on words or linearity, because good stories rarely go in straight lines. So what's next? Well, we've developed the idea of all these ideas, all these little pieces from the mind palace, as mosaic tiles. So next, more fieldwork, more ideas. Then we've got to sort the ideas, like we'd sort mosaic tiles, into the ones that might make the thesis, based on which combination may make a meaningful overall mosaic picture. I'll then need to understand the existing body of knowledge around those chosen tiles, and as I do, I'll probably end up needing to re-choose and rearrange tiles to get a good picture. We don't know what a mosaic thesis will look like. That'll be next year's 3-minute thesis. So, impact. Well, one day I'd love the Future Generations Commissioner to look back and see links between this research and social change in Wales. I won't get that from a thesis sat on a shelf, but imagine the impact for Wales if we can get far more than 2% of the population involved in consultation. Imagine the impact of more people with and without learning difficulties running a viable business together, because Barod could grow thanks to this research. Now, those are the kinds of impact that make me believe a PhD is well worth doing.